Yo, what's going on, YouTube? What's going on with Kyrie Irving? I think today Kyrie Irving was supposed to play in the Drew League, and he didn't show up today. And we know last season, the season maybe before last, I think there were times where people questioned Kyrie's commitment to the game. In terms of the whole jab or the whole vaccination, I kind of supported Kyrie because Kyrie stood on what he believed in, and he got a lot of flack from Stephen A. Smith, and he got a lot of flack from a lot of the ESPN writers and journalists because he didn't take the jab. I think that you got to stand on what you believe, and I believe that you shouldn't be forced to do something that you don't want to do. Look at Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who was considered one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Kareem, he was one that kind of stood up for things that were going on in the community back in his time. So, he kind of didn't stand for the national anthem. He was trying to bring awareness. So I get that. But Kyrie Irving seems to have some type of thing where it's maybe he's not committed. And this is the guy that the Los Angeles Lakers want. At least Westbrook comes and he shows up to play. In spite of his basketball IQ, Westbrook will show up. He will be committed to playing if he's not injured, and he'll put his all in the game. So I don't know, would you rather have a part-time Kyrie Irving who, you don't know if you're going to get him for a whole season? You don't know how many games he's going to play. You don't know what type of level of commitment he's going to put into the game. Or would you rather have Westbrook on your team, at least that he's going to go out and give all the effort? Because at the end of the day, the Lakers and LeBron chose to pick Kyrie Irving. They chose to get Kyrie on that team. Westbrook on that team. They chose that. So they have to live with the decision of playing with Westbrook, because Westbrook and LeBron are two of the same type of players. And what I mean by that is they both need the ball in their hands in order to be successful. Westbrook has to have the ball in his hands in order to be successful. He has to be able to dictate the pace of the game. He has to be able to get the ball to the people in the spots that they need to, and he's more of a scoring point guard. And we know that's conflicting because him playing off the ball with LeBron doesn't really work, and LeBron doesn't really play off the ball too well also. LeBron has to have the ball in his hands, and they have a LeBron James system, and that system is where you have 4-1 out. He's playing point guard, and that he has his 3-point shooters in the corners, and when he gets into the paint, you stand around and wait for him to dish you the ball. So that's kind of the LeBron James system. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. Do you think that there's something wrong with the lack of integrity of Kyrie Irving? He needs to show more integrity. Because these players make a lot of, back in the time that I watched basketball in the 80s and 90s, they didn't make as much money, but they were more committed. You got to think Michael Jordan played 82 games, maybe 11 times. He managed to get it with the Wizards at age 40, if I'm not mistaken, or attempted to play all 82 games. But these players, they got rest, and all type of stuff. And, MJ, 82 games, then made deep playoff runs and three-peated. This is one of the reasons why we consider Michael Jordan the GOAT, because to play all 82 games each season and the three-peat, that takes a lot out on your body, and to be the best player on the court. I don't know, so like and subscribe to the channel, Raw Sports TV 23. Let me know what you think about Kyrie Irving's commitment.